Hello viewers, welcome to this video tutorial series on Python programming. In this video lesson, we are going to learn about lists in Python. We will be starting with defining a list. Then we will solve some examples on indexing and slicing on lists. We will apply various Python built-in functions on the lists. And at the end, we will learn some list methods which can be used to manipulate the lists. Let us now define a list. List is a collection of mixed data stored in an indexed fashion, separated by commas, and enclosed in a pair of square brackets. Lists are mutable, which means we can manipulate the elements inside a list. We will now start with creating a list. In this example, we have a list of friends. The list contains the names and they are the string elements separated by comma. In the next line, I am trying to print the list. Now let us try to access the elements in a list. As lists store the elements in indexed fashion, we can retrieve the elements using indexing and slicing. So to understand it in a better way, we can say that the first element is stored at location 0, 1, 2, 3. To access the first element, I can use indexing friends square bracket 0. It returns me the first element. To access the last element, we have reverse indexing. Reverse indexing will work like this. The last element will be at location -1, -2, -3 and -4. So to access the second last element, we can write here friends square bracket -2. It will give me the second last element from my list. Now if I want to fetch multiple elements from a list, we can use slicing operator. So using slicing, we can give the start point and the end point. Let us write here 0, 1, 2, 3. Now I want to fetch first 3 elements, or maybe say first 2 elements. So in that case, we can write the start point. The end point would be 1, so 1 plus 1, 2. It will go till only index location 1. So this is how we will be writing our slicing operator. And when we execute this, we'll get the first 2 elements from the list. Pause. So in this example, we have seen indexing in lists, reverse indexing in lists, and slicing in lists. As lists are mutable, we can add, remove or update elements. This example shows various ways to add elements to our list friends. We'll look at the method append. It appends an element to the end of the list. So here we are trying to append the string object, and after executing this program, we can see that to our original friends list, the new string object has been appended at the end of the list. Now let us say I want to insert an object at a specific location in our list. So in that case, we can use the method insert. Let us now insert a string object at index location 3. So when I say index 3, our original list has total 5 elements. This is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So when I say 3, it means that I want to insert the element at this particular location. So here we will specify the index value and the object. So after executing this program, we can see that the element has got inserted at location number 3. Now if we have a sequence, then we can append each element from the sequence using the extend method. Here we have a list new friends with some more string objects. Let us extend our friends list with new friends list. All the elements from the new friends will be appended to our friends list. And here is the result. Stop. Here are some examples on modifying elements in a list. Now in our original friends list, if you observe here, there is a name Mary. Now I don't want to have this name Mary and I want to replace it with something else. Now at which position is this string object present? To find that, we can use a list method called as index method. It returns the index location of an element passed as an argument to the method. So here we will pass the Mary object to our index method and we will try to find out the index position. So Mary as its index position 7. If you see that, starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now we can use the indexing functionality in list to replace a particular value with a new value. So here I'm directly trying to access the element at location 7 using indexing and then assign a new value Amy to that particular index location. So after executing this line, we can see that at location 7 Mary is replaced by Amy. Pause. Start. Now let us see various ways of removing an element from a list. So first method is pop method, which deletes the last element from the list. So after executing this, we can see that the object Jasmine has been dropped out from the list. Another variation in the pop method is that we can pass the index value and the element at that particular index value will be deleted from the list. So after executing this line, we can see that the element at index 3, so we can say that 0, 1, 2 and 3. So this particular object has been removed from the list. Now the last method for removing the elements is the method remove. Remove method takes an object and it will remove that particular object from the list. Here I am passing the object Ross to the remove method and the object is removed from the list. Pause. There is one more way to remove elements from a list is using the slicing operator. Even indexing can do the task for us. But here we are going to see an example using slicing. So here the command is a del command. Del command can be used along with indexing on slicing operator. So I am trying to remove all the elements from index 0, 1, 2, 3. So here I have given a 0, 4. So after executing this code, we can see that the elements from index 0 to 3 are removed and now we are getting a complete new list of friends. Pause. Let us now see some operations on lists like concatenation, repetition, membership, iteration. Concatenation helps us to merge two lists. Here we have list 1 and list 2. We are trying to concatenate list 1 with a list of string elements and store it in the variable list2. Let us try to print the result. So we get a new list by merging the two lists together. Repetition, it creates a new list by repeating the elements of the original list. Membership, it checks if an element is present in the list or not. ABC is present in the list, so we are getting the result as true. Iteration, lists are sequences, so you can iterate over the lists using for loop. Here we are trying to print element from list 1, and along with the element we are also printing the square of the element. Let us now look at some of the Python built-in functions, how they can be applied on lists. We'll start with the length function. Coming back to our old list of friends, now we want to find out how many elements are there in our friends list. So length and pass the list object, we get the value as 10. Now that I want to find out the smallest element from our list, so we can use the function called as min. It returns the smallest element from the list. Here all the elements are of alphabetical type strings, so it is checking the smallest elements alphabetically. Then we'll see the largest element using the max function. It returns the largest element, S is the largest one. Now the interesting twist which we can add to this max function is that max is finding out the largest element alphabetically, which of course S is the largest, so we are getting the result as Sheldon. What if I want to calculate the length of each of the string and then find out the largest element as per the length? So here the length is 4, here it is 6, 5, again 7, 4, 6, 7, 3, 5, 6. So now I want to find out the largest element by the length. So the twist which we are going to give here is, there is a parameter called as key parameter, which takes a function object as an argument. So which function is going to help us to find the length of each of these strings? Length function. So I am passing the object of length function as an argument to the key parameter, and thus we get the result as this, which has 7 elements. Now here there are 2 elements with the same size, so whichever is the first one occurring in the list will be the one which is returned by the max function. Moving further, let us see the function reversed. So when we just try to reverse our list, it is just giving us an iterable object. We can convert it into a list to view the elements in the reversed order. If you observe here, we are getting our list in the reversed order. Let's try to sort our list. So here we are sorting our list in the ascending order. Now the last function is sum function. Sum function always works on a list of numeric elements. So here we have a list of numeric elements and we are trying to find the sum, and here is the result, 23. Let us now look at the list methods. Few of them we have already seen, like index, insert, append, extend, etc. We'll see some more list methods. Count, it returns the number of occurrences of an element in the list. So here we have a numeric list and we are trying to count the number of times object 1 is present in the list. And here we get the result as 2, because 1 is present 2 times in our list, over here and over here. Now coming back to the friends example. there is a method called as reverse. It reverses the elements of the list object. Now, one interesting thing over here is that the difference between the reversed function and reverse method. The reversed function generates a new sequence, whereas reverse method, it belongs to the list object and it will reverse the sequence of your original list. It will not generate a new sequence, it will modify your existing sequence. Same way, sort, it will behave just like your sorted function, but sorted function sorts any sequence and generates a list of sorted elements. Sort method sorts the list object and it belongs to only the list object. Here we can see the result. It is sorting in ascending order. What if I want to sort my list in the descending order? So simply I can write over here reverse equal to true. So this will sort the list in descending order. And the last variation in the sort method is that let us try to sort this list as per the descending order of the length of elements. So just like the example of max we saw, here we are passing the key attribute over here as length object and reverse equal to true. So here we get the list as sorted in descending order as per the length of each element from the list. The same reverse and key functionalities are available for the sorted function also. Now that we have learnt about lists and different methods and functions on the list, let us have a quick revision on what we learnt in this video. We started with defining a list. Lists are ordered sequence of mixed data which stores the elements in indexed order. Elements inside a list are separated by commas and enclosed in the pair of square brackets. Lists are mutable, which means we can modify or edit the list. Then we learned about indexing and slicing in lists. We saw various Python built-in functions like length, max, min, sorted, reversed, etc. We saw various list operations like concatenation, repetition, iteration, membership. We also learned some list methods like index, count, append, extend, pop, remove, reverse, and sort. If you are interested in solving more examples on lists or you wish to refer the PDF version of the examples discussed in this video, you can drop me an email or a message. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more. Till then, happy coding!